Ladies and gentlemen, this is TJK Thomas Johnson, and I'm here to do a review of The Evil Within, which I just finished. I have just finished like this last week or so, and I haven't been doing a lot of videos and stuff, so this is more like just a video just to say, to give my thoughts and all my impressions that I had with the game and stuff like that, because the Game Awards is coming, and I'm gonna be doing as usual videos about that, because the Game Awards is a big event and stuff like that, but it's coming from the horizon, and I'm gonna have to do a video for that anyways. But yeah, and also because I've been a long time not doing videos and stuff like that, and one of the big reasons is because I was very sick, like a crazy sickness, and I'm still sick, by the way. Like, of course, I'm way better than I was before, like this past few days, but one of the big reasons why I didn't, because I was planning to do this way before. Like, I was planning to do this, and already posted the videos and stuff, and I still gotta to edit the video, and this is gonna take way more time than expected. I just have to take a time out, and you know how it is. Sadly, I cannot be 100% all the time, because when I get sick, I'm just get destroyed, man. I just get down on my knees and stuff, like it's fucked up. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with a review of The Evil Within. I just finished the game like 1 week, I presume 1 week or two, and I thought it was amazing. Yeah, man, I thought it was amazing. It was an amazing game. Actually, a pretty underrated game, This is one of those games where you can see the crazy potential when you're playing it. Like, at first it starts kinda pretty chill and stuff like that, and like you're a detective, you're playing as Sebastian, and you're going to this case, this hospital. Shit happens on the hospital, and you arrive there, and you see the police cars are all empty. There's a bunch of police cars in the area or around the hospital, but the place is pretty empty and stuff like that. And you'll be like, man, what the hell is going on here and stuff like that. And you get to the hospital, and there's a bunch of dead people, and you're intrigued, and you kind of like you want to see what the hell is going on. And then after checking the cameras and finding one of the characters that is pretty important to the story, which I forgot the name, but you know who it is. One of the characters that, after you find one of the characters that is pretty important to the story, which have all the connections, spoilers, which has all the connections with the main villain and stuff like that, and you check out the cameras, and you get caught by the main character on the game, which is called, his name is Ruvik. And I thought he was pretty cool. Like, the whole story of the game, you like kind of like the half of the game, you get to see what happens on his background, who the character is, and you get more deep into his story. And I thought he was a pretty very interesting main villain for the game. And of course, after you get captured and stuff like that, after checking out the cameras and stuff, you basically get into a nightmare. Like, if I would resume this whole game, because I don't want to get too deep into the story, because as much as I like some of the aspects, some of the story beats and stuff like that, like the villain, I think it was the best part when it comes to the story, because you get to go all into these crazy flashbacks, background, those crazy stuff you get to experience with the villain. And I thought the villain was the best part of the game. And even though that I don't think that the story was like crazy deep or something, because I'm gonna be honest, Sebastian, even though that I like his character, as a detective and stuff like that, the only main focus that his story gets is kind of like when you're reading the books. Every time that you go to the safe spots, because the game has these safe places between doors, and you get like this mirror and stuff like that gets you to go to the safe places where you get to upgrade and stuff like that, which I thought was something also pretty cool to the game as well. The safe places that you can always go back to it between the chapters and stuff like that. And you get to the only times you get to learn like kind of like very deep storytelling through those messages, let's just say those books that gets available for you as long as you go to the game, as long as you progress through the story and stuff like that. And as much as I like some of the things that I was reading, I wish we could explore this, like explore the past of Sebastian, so we can get more into to understand his story besides just reading. Because if I can see somebody picking up all those books and stuff like that gets available to you while the story goes. I can see somebody just skipping all that and just not reading at all and just getting lost on who Sebastian is and his background and some of the things that are happening to him, the reasons and stuff like that. So yeah, overall my thoughts about the story is it's pretty chill, it's servable. Again, the main characters that the main characters that I really like a lot was basically the main villain, Ravik. I thought he was pretty cool, and his presence every time that he appeared was pretty pretty cool. It's always pretty scary, because like the time that I was descending the stairs and stuff, and he just appeared, and like you don't know what to do, and you just start blasting him, and it doesn't work, and you just gotta find a way out and stuff like that. Like his moments in the games, that pretty elevated experience. And this game is pretty big. Something that I didn't know coming into The Evil Within is that the game was bigger than I expected. Like I thought that when you first arrive into the city, when it's destroyed, I think it's like chapter 10, chapter 9, between these parts, like I thought the game was gonna be ending there. I'm gonna have to come back to the hospital and just ending like, and the only chapter that I would get to explore the destroyed city, which is a pretty cool setting and stuff like that. I think it would only be just one mission, but it was multiple. It was actually multiple missions on the destroyed city, and I really like that. I really like that a lot. And yeah, man, the game is pretty full of enemies, of destruction, set pieces and stuff like that. So if you love all of that, like in a single player game, man, this game is one of those that it really gonna throw shit on your face that you're not even expecting. And talking about this and the variety of enemies, I thought that the enemies was pretty cool, man. Like there was a lot of enemies. Again, the game, getting into the game, I thought it would only have like 15 chapters and stuff like that, which it ended up having, but the game felt really big, man. The game, I didn't expect the game to be that big. Like when I talk about, when people told me about, when I heard about the Evil Within and stuff like that, I thought it would be like 10 chapters and stuff like that, and the game would feel like pretty fast paced, and things will. I think that was one of the factors that contributed on how big this game felt, because everything was just being thrown at me, man. Like you would finish a chapter, and it would felt like 2 chapters just happened all at once. Like a bunch of shit is thrown at your face, fast pace, and all that with the game having 15 chapters. And yeah, the game felt really big, really packed, which is most games, survival horror, they even Resident Evil, like sometimes you play Resident Evil, and sometimes you feel like halfway through the games that you already seen everything the game has to offer, because they recycle the same enemy and stuff like that. Sometimes you gotta go back to the same place and all that shit. But with this game, I actually didn't feel that. Unless we are talking about the zombie enemies, which they felt a little bit annoying towards the end, but it is what it is. And of course, not to say that this game doesn't have recycling at all, because there's a bunch of zombie enemies in this game, but still, with all the zombies stuff present throughout the game still felt like there was a lot of monsters variety, and I appreciate that a lot, because it made the game feel like there was a lot put into it, and I appreciate that. So yeah, man, I still didn't play the Evil Within. I still didn't play the DLCs and stuff like that, and of course there's still the Evil Within 2 that I'm ready to also do as well. So we're gonna be getting to the DLC first, and then we're gonna get to the Evil Within 2, which, as much as the Evil Within 1 is very people appreciate it, people still think the Evil Within 2 is better, and one of the big factors for that is because of the gameplay. And when it comes to the gameplay, man, it's because I don't know the difference between the Evil Within 1 and Evil Within 2, because I still didn't play the Evil Within 2, and I still gotta finish the DLC. But when it comes to the main with the main characters, because I mean the main character Sebastian, where you play throughout the main story and stuff like that, man, I felt that there was pretty good stuff. There was, I think when it comes to the upgrades and stuff like that, I actually didn't expect to have that much stuff and that much options throughout the game, because usually when you see the gameplay and stuff like that before you try the game for yourself, or you decide to do that, you usually see the guys using shotguns and stuff like that, revolvers and all that, and you don't get to see much of the crossbows of the crossbow of the game and stuff like that, because one of the big reasons, one of the things that I've been using a lot, half of the game basically, was shotguns and stuff like that. And I was pretty smart in using autos, in saving ammo and stuff like that. But there was times that the game didn't it felt like, hey man, you shouldn't be saving your ammo and stuff like that. And one of the big factors to that is the limited space and ammo that you can carry. And I thought that was, not gonna lie, if I'm being honest, I thought that sucks. The unlimited ammo and stuff like that, like the limited ammo and how much ammo you could carry throughout the game. I thought that sucks. But I didn't mind that throughout the game because I got used to it. As you see on my gameplay, if you check that out on the live section of YouTube, on the YouTube channel, if you see my gameplay and stuff like that, I tried to save a lot of ammo. Like I tried to save, and I was kind of proud of myself for saving ammo, even though that most of the time that didn't mean much, because the game would throw a bunch of ammo. I mean, sometimes it wouldn't throw a bunch of ammo on you, but most of the time it was forgiven, and I believe that was because I was playing on normal and the survival. And survival is basically the only higher difficulty that you can play as first time. So yeah, I think when it comes to the gameplay, man, I didn't mind it. A lot of people would come at you and maybe say, man, the gameplay of the Evil Within 1 kind of sucks. And I'm not gonna say it doesn't suck, because there were some rough edges and stuff like that. There were some mistakes here and there, and some things that doesn't work that might annoy you. But even though that it kind of annoys me from time to time, I'm still got to get past through all of that. And overall, I would say that the gameplay felt satisfying. It felt very satisfactory, very satisfying, if I could say like that. And when you surrounded by a bunch of enemies and you have your shotgun already on and stuff like that, ready to kill all those guys together, and man, when you get to shoot enemies in the face with a revolver, or just blow them up with a shotgun, it always felt very satisfying and to do. And I think that was one of the big factors why the gameplay didn't bother me much. It was because it was satisfying. It was very satisfactory. Kill the enemies and stuff like that, hit them in the head. It was shotguns to destroy them and stuff like that. And it was the crossbow. The crossbow was pretty cool as well, with all the mechanics and stuff like that. The shockwave, the blind that you can use to kill them, and all that kind of stuff. Man, the gameplay. If I was give like a rating for the gameplay, I'll probably give it something around like a 8 to a 7 out of 10. It was pretty good. It was pretty damn good. So yeah, man, overall the gameplay was pretty good. The story, I mean, the story was cool. Like, you have like this Matrix kind of spoilers for those who still are we still wanna play this game and we just stop here to watch my thoughts. There is spoilers here. I'm gonna put a warning in the beginning, don't worry. But yeah, man, like the Matrix stuff was pretty cool because it would explain all the crazy shit that you pass through this game, like the corridors, the changes in scenery and stuff like that. Like, I thought that they all made sense, with all the Matrix background. The fact that your character is almost if not the entire time, basically into this world that is kind of like the mind of Ravik. Like it's some crazy stuff that I really enjoyed, and it kind of make a difference. It kind of set the game apart from other survival horrors. Now, some people say that this game is not exactly a survival horror; it's more like an action game, and I think I would agree halfway into the game, because the first half I think it is more like, I think the game feels more like a survival horror. But then again, like this game is kind of like a combination, a mixed up of a bunch of games like Resident Evil, Silent Hill, and all that kind of stuff. But I enjoy it, man. Like this game feels like there was a lot going on to it. Like there was it feels like the creators just mixed up a bunch of stuff and put into this one game. And overall, personally, if everything felt good, and I enjoyed my time with the game. Yeah, man, like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the experience, and I would recommend for you that is fan of Resident Evil, is fan of survival horror, or is fan of horror games in general. And yeah, man, like this is one of this, because this game feels like a very big McDonald's burger with a bunch of things that you love mixed up in one game. And yeah, sometimes it's not gonna work because the gameplay have some edges and stuff like that, and maybe the story is not the best, but I think the experience alone with all those villains. By the way, this game is scary as fuck, I'm not gonna lie. This game is scary as shit. Like that lady, bro, that spider lady that kind of remind me of The Grudge, but like on steroids. And I love them. Yeah, man, like this game is great, man. If I would give this game a rating, it probably will be something like around a 7 to a 8 out of 10, because of just how much I enjoy my time with it. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is TJ aka Thomas Johnson. You can just call me TJ. And yeah, man, I enjoy my time with this game, man. Like this game is really, really incredible. And I'm also gonna be planning to do the DLC as well, and also the sequel, because I brought it like last week with the Evil Within, with the first one, and I'm gonna be planning to play these games on stream and all that stuff. And hopefully maybe the next weeks or so I'm gonna be able to play it with a new microphone that they're gonna be sending here. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is TJ aka Thomas Johnson, and I'm out. Until the next video.